He's devoted his career to public service with over 40 years in law enforcement, including, he's got some pretty nice credentials here. Chairman and board member of the Governor's Juvenile Justice Advisory Board. And so we are so glad he's here. He's married to his wife, Marcy, for 27 years, and they have 3 children and 3 grandchildren. So, Chief Brawner, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody being here. This is a great crowd to come in and talk about a few things that our kiddos face when they're going to school and some of the issues that are going on. I know there's a couple of questions that you may want to ask in a few minutes, and so I'll try to keep my time pointed on that. I will tell you that the issues that our kids are facing nowadays with the social media and the issues with posting pictures and bad pictures of the students, male and female, that goes on. We worked a case last year where that was happening here at this school, and it's very embarrassing for the moms and some of the people, the kids that were involved. So social media is one area that is exploding all the time. I just checked, I monitor one of the social media sites called Gaggle. And Gaggle, and when I just pulled it up a few minutes ago, there was 92 posts for Memorial High School on Gaggle. And the way it works is that it's, you can select a school, and within so many miles around the school, you get all the Gaggle tweets or whatever they want to call them. And so it's cleaned up a little bit, but sometimes they have invitations to parties, beer parties, and alcohol served, and things like that. There's also another one called Yik Yak, and that one has been out there for a little while too. And and then there's Instagram, and so that's another issue. And what I really would like to do, I'm just going to touch on a few of these things, but at some time in the future, the Harris County Sheriff's Department has a speaker that is very attuned to social media and kids. And I would like to schedule at some point for this individual to come out and give y'all kind of a class on what's going on in social media. Drug deals are handled through social media. Unfortunately, we have drug dealers that are in our schools, including this one. And so we have the iWatch program, which is anonymous tips that can be sent to us by their cell phone. It comes in on my cell phone under Harris County iWatch, and then you go to the Spring Branch section of that, and you can sit there and monitor that. We tell the kids that if something's going on, whether it's bullying, gang activity, drug sales, or anything else that they're concerned about, they can send that to us. They can also send us pictures. They can also send us video of what's going on. And so we get that. These iPhones and those types are really handy for all of us. So we have that program going this year. Drug trafficking and drug sales is going on and been going on ever since I've been associated with Spring Branch School District, which has been so long ago that your principal over here was just a mere child when I was working down here. And I've watched her grow up, and now she's principal over here. And so y'all are very, very fortunate to have her, and I'm so proud of Lisa and everything that she's done. But we have these issues that our kids are bombarded with daily. And if they're into social media quite a bit, then that's a problem. We have the drugs that we're seeing out here right now. We see a lot of marijuana. We also see a drug called wax. And wax is a combination of marijuana with high THC content, formaldehyde. We've even found some where there's been speed, meth type of drugs added to it, soaked into it. And we just recently made a case with that, and it was in just little store-bought cigars that you can have, and it's soaked in it. Marijuana is put in it. The hydroponic marijuana is very, very strong. And we had a case here last year with a student who was selling a lot of it. And The bad part about it is that it's so hard for us to get information. But you need to monitor what your kiddos are doing the best you can. So if you know what the latest things are on social media, you can monitor it. That would be, a benefit to you. You need to sit down and talk to them, especially moms and your girls. You need to talk about some of the postings that I've seen that the young ladies have put up of selfies. They're career enders for college, for business, whatever they're going to do if this stuff gets out. And so it's real important that they understand the consequences of that. You may have just saw in the last couple of days about a teacher in Pasadena sent a nude photograph to her 17-year-old student, and they'd been having an affair since all through the summer. And so we have those things going on. Spring Branch, we're not immune to it. Seems like we have one every year. And so, kids start talking, and then the social media brings it up. So we have those issues going on. Let me tell you what the police department does. We have officers that are specialized in our gang activity. Unfortunately, in this school, we don't have a whole lot of gang members, but we have gang influences that are floating out throughout the Houston area. In fact, very shortly, we will be joining a gang task force sponsored by the Harris County Sheriff's Department. And it's going to bring in 6 or 7 school districts out here on this side of town for us to join together, because our gang members are mobile. And so they can drive down the street down Echo, they can go down the Katy Freeway. And so we're joining forces because in my career, we've seen them go up, we've seen them go down, up and down. We're kind of in an up cycle right now, city and county-wide, with what's happening with that. So we have those issues that are going on. So all of these little things, we try to work through. We want to make sure that our schools are safe. That's our #1 mission, that our teachers can teach and our kiddos can learn in an environment that is conducive for learning. And that's our mission, and that's what we're out here to accomplish. So we want to make sure that we do our job. But we can't do it all. So if you get a tip on something, you can send it to us over iWatch Spring Branch. It comes right up in the dispatch office. And if it's something we really need to act on quickly, we can do that. Some of you in the community may have heard about the little girl from Frostwood that was missing last night. And I know that it got out into the community somewhat. And we spent a lot of resources between us and Houston Police Department, the constable's office, and what we found out was a lack of communication between the parents and the mom, and the child was at home safe all this time. Did all that went on. 4 hours, 4.5 hours by this child. She's 7, but at least she's okay, and that's the important thing. So we put a lot of effort towards things. So do I have any questions right now? I have a peek